So issues aside, there were actual video game tournaments at MLG, and they were good. I mean, I was gonna say when you could see them, I could see almost all of them, and they were really really good. So let's talk first about Injustice.
Yes.
Let's see, where is it?
So Injustice, yeah, there we go.
So start with 8th place, Pig the Hut, Zod, Forever King, Batman and the Flash. That was tied for 7th. 5th places were Tyrant with Grundy and Jupiter with Manhunter. Wound Cowboy got 4th with Sinestro. White Boy Doomsday 3rd place. 16-bit Catwoman got 2nd place.
Wow, okay.
And then Theo with Aquaman and a little bit of Superman won the whole thing.
Right.
So before this tournament started, everybody knew Theo was the prohibitive favorite.
Right.
He's been like that for the last couple of majors. He won UFGT, and people were talking. Even people who he had to play against in top 8 before they played said something like, "I'm pretty sure Theo's going to beat me." And 16-bit said the same thing. We had an interview with him just before the grand finals, and he said basically that. Like,
dude, that's terrible, dude.
I'll try my best. Don't get me wrong, is what he said. But pretty sure I'm not going to win.
Oh, man. So, I mean, it's not character, right? I mean,
it's character.
Because no one else is using Aquaman, right?
It's two things. It's that Theo has really good spacing and patience, and Aquaman is the best in the game at spacing and patience. And so he just picked the perfect character.
Right, it maximizes his strength, in other words,
exactly.
Right? Kind of like a Dominion using Guile, right? Like, Guile's not a great character, but Dominion makes him look amazing, right?
Well, Aquaman is maybe the best character, or certainly top 2 or 3.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. So he is that good.
Super good.
Okay.
Super good. He has some really, really stupid, cheap stuff.
No, I mean, so obviously this is probably one of the first times that we've had everyone from East Coast and West Coast and Midwest together and everything like that. I mean, has there been any, people not from West Coast saying, you know what, Theo's not that good, I'm going to body him, just you wait kind of thing?
That did happen. Not here, because people saw him at UFGT.
Oh, okay,
but before UFGT, oh yeah, there was a lot of that.
Okay.
This was a cool tournament because there was... most of the people who entered were good.
Yeah.
Very few people who were new to the game or bad or anything. There's a lot of talent in it. And it was from all over the place, like you said. SoCal, NorCal, Texas, Atlanta, New Jersey.
Okay, cool.
Northern Midwest. Basically all of the power centrals of it.
Was it like that at UFGT or not as much?
Not quite as... Well, yeah, I guess it was. But just a little bit different representation depending on the scene.
Okay.
The only person to come from Chicago area, which is one of the big powerhouses, is 16-bit, and he got 2nd place. Other than that, Theo from SoCal, White Boy's from Florida, Wound Cowboys from NorCal, Jupiter is from Jersey, Tyrant SoCal, Forever King Midwest, Pig of the Hut Atlanta. So it was really interesting.
That's cool.
Really interesting.
That is really cool.
Yeah, for sure. So there's a lot of talent all over the place. You can see the characters. I mean, very varied. I don't think there are any repeats. Yeah, no repeats. Even though a couple people use two characters.
Outside of maybe Theo dominating everyone, it sounds like 2 through 7. If you played this tournament multiple times, they probably would have fallen all sorts of different places.
For sure. In fact, probably 2 through 12, 2 through 16.
Right. Which is really exciting because that just means everybody's on the same playing field. Which means, dude, I think Injustice at EVO is going to be awesome then, yeah.
It should be.
It's just everyone's going to be gunning after Theo. It's going to be a lot of anti-Aquaman practice, I think.
For
EVO.
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, oh, man.
But it was a really good tournament. I'm sorry that you guys didn't get to see more on stream, but it was really awesome. It really was.
Yeah, that's really cool. Okay.
Let's talk about Killer Instinct, which was the one that happened after that. Top 8. Paul B with Saberwolf. Filthy Rich with Glacius got 7th place. Grimm's got 5th with Jago. Gutter Magic got 5th with Thunder. Tyrant got 4th with Spyro.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Rico Suave 3rd place with Fulgor and Thunder. My God with Saberwolf got 2nd place, and Justin Wong won the whole thing with Saberwolf.
Yeah, so number one, I think that's... I tweeted about this, but Justin is now... for DreamHack now. I think he needs to go to DreamHack and take one of those.
Interesting. That's a good stat.
But that is an amazing accomplishment, to be honest with you. So, but I'm actually curious. I didn't see, is it in the match log? Who did Grims lose to?
Yeah.
Because Grims was, one of the favorites.
Right.
He was absolutely one of the people that everyone was expecting. And
So he started top 8 in losers, and I'm not sure who sent him.
Okay.
Oh, no, yeah. sent him to losers, and then he lost to My God in losers.
My God was catching everybody by surprise because I don't think a lot of people had heard about him.
My God is a really good MK player who got top 8. I think this last Evo.
Oh, really?
So he's a really good player.
Okay.
He doesn't like Injustice, so he doesn't play, so you don't see him very often nowadays. But yeah, he's really good. Third place.
Shout outs to Dustin Max, who writes for Esports Max, right? Dustin. I mean, I read his little write up on it, and he mentioned something that My God is actually largely an online player for KI. But I mean, to be fair, KI's online is really good, so it's very playable. And I mean, the game is designed in such a way that I feel like it's more friendly for online, just because it doesn't require like crazy timing, except for manuals and stuff like that. But I mean, that's great. It's awesome to see him do so well, and he even beat Rico Suave in losers finals.
He blew up Rico.
Yeah, I
heard he
beat him up pretty badly.
It really did.
Yeah, but Justin, I mean, it's kind of one of those unfortunate situations where when My God got to grand finals, he just probably... I feel like Justin had the advantage in grand finals experience. Like, not in the game, not in... I can't imagine, like... I got to imagine that he got nervous. Probably didn't play as well as he could have against Justin, so...
They had different styles. It's really interesting to see. I don't even know that game that well, but it was obvious. Justin was very footsie based, and he would keep his combos really short.
Yes.
And My God was more mix-up based, and he would go for the long combos. Like, he would get big damage, but sometimes he wouldn't get any damage.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I mean, Justin...
It was really interesting to see.
It's really interesting how Justin plays the game, because he knows he's so good at footsies. Right. He's willing to just get tiny bits of damage and out-footsies you over and over and over again, whereas a lot of other people are like, I may not get this chance again, so I gotta bait him into a lockout and then get my damage. But Justin's like, whatever. He'll get lockouts and then end it, like, right away. It's really funny. So, he doesn't care. He literally just doesn't care about damage combos. So, but congratulations to Justin. MLG, now he can call himself an MLG champion.
He was pretty happy about it.
Yeah.
He really was.
So, yeah.
So Melee, that was probably the headline of certainly the headline of the fighting games there. It was on the big screen most of the time. Top 8, Hungrybox with Jigglypuff in 7th place. Hacks with Fox, 7th place. Axe with Pikachu and Young Link, 5th place.
Ooh, nice, okay.
Fox, played by Leffen, was 5th place. PPMD, 4th place with Falco and Marth. Mewtwo King with Sheik, Fox, Marth, and Falcon, 3rd place. Armada with Peach and Young Link. I didn't see him play Young Link, but okay. 2nd place. And then Mango with Fox and Falco, number 1.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I actually watched a lot of Smash during the course of the weekend.
Whenever I could, I was watching Smash.
And you know what? I mean, I looked at there, and I'm disappointed to see all the way down at 17th place. But, dude, I was a huge fan of Amsa, dude, using Yoshi.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Oh, my God. I was so... Because the thing is, when I played Melee for fun, when we did the free-for-alls, my favorite thing to do with Yoshi was just try to be super accurate with eggs.
Okay, is that what he did?
He was like amazing with eggs. He was just doing like crazy egg stuff. It was like his aim was ridiculous with that thing. It was so cool, and I'm sad to see that he only got to 7th place. But yeah, he was super fun to watch. I really enjoyed watching him play. So.
It was really cool to see Axe play Pikachu.
See, I didn't see any of those.
Okay, so during this gigantic downtime on Friday or I think Saturday. By the way, Smash played an open bracket, and then the 4 top people of the oak bracket were put into the pro bracket.
Right. So there was a weird setup because there were some people who lost a few times, like twice, but then they were still in the tournament.
Yeah, it was honorable.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting.
Anyway,
yeah.
So Axe made it out of the open bracket, and he played against Mewtwo King, and I couldn't see the game from our perspective because they were on the opposite side of this table, and there were too many people huddled around it because I guess it wasn't streamed. To actually see it, so I just had to settle for watching their faces, and Axe won it, and you could tell by the faces, like the whole time. Like Axe is just like thrilled, so happy, even before he actually won. Like he sensed it,
Right.
And Mewtwo King was like, he was so you could see the nervousness on him. He was like flexing like this. He was so upset. That was so sick. And then Axe eliminated Hungrybox.
Oh yeah, okay.
You know, one of the top players in Smash. So that was a huge upset.
Pokemon battle.
and he won with the lightning out of the air. It
was so sick,
nice. It was super cool.
Well, I mean, was that not on stream? Because some people were saying.
Yeah, the Axe Mewtwo King, is that what they're talking about? That was not on stream.
Or maybe,
as far as I know.
Or maybe the Axe Hungry Box.
That was
match?
on stream.
Oh, that
was on the big screen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but Mango took it. He won that, and if you guys don't remember, he also won Evo last year. So I feel like this is the guy to beat right now.
Seems like it.
This coming Evo. Now, I mean, obviously MLG had 300 plus entrants. They said it's the third biggest Smash tournament ever. So the previous record was 300 something. Evo had 709 last year, right? Apex became the second largest one earlier this year in early on in this year, right? And so now I think MLG is the third biggest one.
Okay.
I mean, I think all those records are going to get destroyed this year
Probably.
at Evo, because what I've heard, like they're like really neck and neck with Marvel. So I gotta imagine there's like about 1,000 people entering the Smash tournament, right? Because Marvel was at about 1,200 last year.
Yeah.
I expect Marvel's numbers to drop off a little bit, maybe, but still, it's got to be around 1,000, right? And if that's the case, dude, like 1,000 people gunning for Mango. That's basically how I see this tournament now. I mean, obviously, Armada, Mewtwo King finished second and third. They're really good players, but Mango has won Evo, and he's won MLG. He's won 2 out of the 3 biggest Smash tournaments, Smash Melee tournaments ever, right? So, dude, like, I got to imagine he's the guy to go after. Everyone wants to beat this guy now. I mean, he can probably rightfully say he's the best player in Smash right now, so, yeah.
Well, it was really exciting to watch. I always like watching that game. The crowd was really into it. It was cool. I really enjoyed that part of it.
Yeah.
This took place after all of the KI and Injustice stuff was done. So my buddies and I, Christian and Justin and Dustin and Rip and I were all just sitting in this VIP section. There was a VIP section. And it was like in prime sitting location.
Oh, okay.
And it had a bar in it. So we were just like sipping on whatever, watching some Smash, getting hyped for it. It was really cool.
Yeah, I mean... So when I was watching Smash on stream, the audience was going crazy. You could hear them. They actually did a really great job from the home perspective of piping the crowd noise into the stream. So you could actually hear them pretty decently. But actually, I wanted to ask you this question. What did you think of having the commentators piped into the actual event arena? Do you feel like it was distracting as a commentator? Did you feel like you were scared to mention certain things? Or did the players have headphones on? Were they even sitting in like soundproof booths or anything like that?
They didn't have headphones on and they weren't sitting in soundproof booths.
So they could just hear everything you guys are saying,
Probably.
Right?
The volume was not that loud, actually. That we struggled to hear the commentators sometimes when we were sitting in the crowd.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't know if that was intentional or whatever, but as a commentator, honestly, I forgot all about it. I really did. I didn't even notice. Yeah. So it didn't stop me from doing anything.
Right. Because, I mean, there have been times when we've done Street Fighter commentary where, like, he's got to be careful because he's probably going to do this right now, and then he does that, and we're like, there you go. But if it was being piped over the audience, like, that would be bad, right? Because we're basically helping players, you know.
Yeah, I don't
Watch
think
out, he's got full meter. Look out for the EX Red combo, EX Red focus combo.
Right.
So.
I don't think that we said anything like that, but I think it's just because it didn't come up. We weren't intentionally limiting ourselves from saying that.
Okay.
I know the people in the audience liked it because I asked people what they thought about that, and everybody I talked with said they thought it was cool.
Yeah, I've had so many people talk to me about Evo saying, like, can we figure out a way to pump the commentators into the crowd and stuff like that. And you know what I had thought about? Maybe, like, someone should look into, like, AM broadcasters or something like that. You know how at, like, Dodgers games you can do stuff like that, right? Like, I'm thinking maybe that might be something to try.
Like the old drive-ins, you, like, stick something into your car. Nobody knows what I'm talking about, but back in the day there were these things called
I do!
Yeah, these drive-in movie theaters. And you would drive up, and there would be a little box next to your car, and you would take this receiver and put it into your car, or turn on the radio to a certain radio station. Yeah, that's how you heard the...
Yeah, I mean,
that would be interesting.
I think that would be really cool. I'm wondering how delayed it would be, and stuff like that. But, I mean, hopefully it would be good enough. I think it would be really cool if they implemented something like that. And just, like, either sell or rent really cheap AM radio sets, and stuff like that. So...
That would be nice. Would be nice.
Yeah.
That was a fun tournament. As far as the actual matches themselves went, definitely good. Definitely good.
For sure. So another tournament happened this weekend. In fact, it was one of the Capcom Pro Tour Premier events, and I think it's the only one so far that's been slated for Asia, which is very weird. So another tournament happened this weekend. In fact, it was one of the Capcom Pro Tour Premier events, and I think it's the only one so far that's been slated for Asia, which is very weird.
Wow.
I mean, they just announced a new one in United Kingdom. In England, there's a new Premier event.
Oh, okay.
I forgot which one it was, but
I don't think I heard about that.
They added a new Premier event.
Okay.
That's taking place in Europe. And they still haven't had a second Asia one yet. So this one, the Southeast Asia Majors, so far the only Premier event that's taking place in Asia. So you can imagine a lot of very strong players showing up to that.
It was definitely Premier.
Dude, that was a scary tournament. So, I mean, you might as well go through, like, the top 16 who was
Let's
there,
do top 16, man. Tied for 13th place were Scrubby Dan Sagat. I remember him from Vanilla SF4. I think he was from, like, Northwest.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay,
Washington or Vancouver or something like that.
Good stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Koji with Akuma Ryu Sagat. Leslie with Sagat and T-Hawk.
T-Hawk, okay.
Gamble Boxer with Balrog Guile. Then 9th place were Gact Fei Long, GTR Ryu, Wong Toto with Gen. Is there a better pronunciation?
No, that was actually pretty good. That was good.
Okay. Sketch with Rolento. Wow, Rolento got that high. Good job.
Nice,
all right.
Nice.
Then in top 8, Shen with Gen, Gamer B with Adon and Evil Ryu. Tied for 7th. Tied for 5th were Bonchan Sagat and Jace the Ace Viper.
Jace the Ace, man.
4th place was Tokido with Akuma. 3rd place was Fudo with Fei Long. Kazunoko Yun got 2nd place. And then winner of the whole thing, Momochi with Ken.
I'm just going to say NGL Chris has no right to complain about Ken.
None. Done.
Ever again. No, but I mean, on the subject of Momochi, he came from loser's bracket, had to beat Kazunoko twice. So he had to beat Yun 3 out of 5 twice. Right? And he did. And so, actually, what that means is, back on the subject of Jace the Ace, Momochi, the only person he lost to was Jace the Ace. Jace the Ace was the one who put him in loser's bracket.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So, shout outs to Twitch, by the way, for flying Jace the Ace out there. Very cool. Which was really cool, too, was after Jace and, Mike was eliminated long before that.
Yeah, Mike Ross
he's
got
right there, 25th.
25th place.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, but Mike and Jace also got to do commentary for like the rest, like the top 4 and stuff like that, which was actually kind of cool. So
for sure,
yeah. But I mean, dude, Kazunoko was prohibited, like the unprohibited favorite of this tournament because everyone hates Yun. If you follow Kim1234 on Twitter, it's all you hear about is how much he hates Yun,
right? Especially
Kazunoko Yun. But dude, Momochi played so good. Like, it was ridiculous just how, like, I don't even think it was anything like that was a buff to Ken, you know? It just felt like he was just playing solid footsies. Like, he won so many rounds by just walk back and forth. Kazunoko jump dive kick, and he just jump kicked him out of the air. And
like,
just,
neutral jump kick? Or
towards jump kick. Like, he would just jump.
He just reacted?
Yeah, he just was waiting for it. He was like, you're gonna dive kick. You're gonna dive kick. And, I mean, honestly, like, Kazunoko in AE said the reason why he picked Yun is because he was a Guilty Gear player and he didn't know Street Fighter footsies.
Right, I remember.
So he wanted to just pick someone who had no footsies, right? So, obviously, you could kind of see where that came into play in this game, I felt like, because Momochi is, like, the exact opposite. He's, like, footsie's god in this game, and he...
In every game. Third strike, too.
Yeah, fair enough. And he was fantastic. I mean, I was up, so I watched it live.
I didn't watch any of it. I was busy this weekend. I feel bad about that. I really want to see something.
And I barely remember it. Like, maybe it was way better than in my memory than it really was because I was half asleep while watching it. But, dude, it was really impressive.
Grand Finals were as close as they could be. It was 3-2 and then 3-2.
Yeah. So, I mean, I actually do want to go back and watch that again.
Yeah, that sounds great.
But, you know... I mean, it's the top 8 you can see is just the who's who, right? Like, Bonchan getting 5th? Tokido getting 4th? you know, and Fudo, of course, getting third. I mean, those are some names. Shin and Gamer
Everybody in there is a
at
big
7.
Name. You got 2 Evo winners in there. You got a couple of second places in there, a couple of third places in there.
Yeah.
It's a big top 8.
Dude, but yeah, that was a really good. So now we'll be at the Capcom Cup, the Capcom Cup in December this year. So that's going to be really cool. And hopefully they add some more Asia tournaments as they go. I mean, it's really not Capcom Cups. It's not Capcom's fault. There needs to be more good majors to put into that category.
Right, they're not running the tournaments themselves.
Exactly.
They're depending on other people to do it, and then they would give Premier or not.
Yeah, exactly. And right now, Southeast Asia Major is the main one. I got to imagine Shadaloo Showdown might become one because a lot of players go down there too. So we get more of the East Coast the East. Not coast, but the East world representation there. So
I mean, this really could have been top 8 at Evo. If you think about it, I mean, if this was top 8 at Evo, I wouldn't be surprised. Right?
I wouldn't have batted.
Totally reasonable.
I wouldn't if it was if you showed up in January, I'm from the future, and you told me that was the top 8 of Evo, I'd be like, sure.
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
So that was Street Fighter.
Yeah.
I didn't watch any Street Fighter. I also didn't watch anything else.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to catch
BBCP was won by Blickwinkle with Kokonoe, Rebel 2, SEO with Kokonoe. Okay. Also got second place. So
dude, this whole thing was dominated by Team Rebel 2.
Yeah, for sure. Well, other than first place, but yeah. There was a Tager who got 5th. Shout outs to that guy. A couple of Moos in there. Hazama, Azrael, Tao. Okay. That's cool. Blickwinkle qualifies for the BBCP tournament at Arc Revolution Cup 2014. That's pretty sweet.
Someone actually says something. Commander Pepper actually makes a little interesting thing. Is he said it's missing Daigo, right? And you know what? We can all shrug or whatever like that. Daigo has not missed a top 8 since Street Fighter 4 has come out.
I know. But I don't think that it. Let us say I would certainly believe these results. If somebody said Daigo got 9th place or 12th place. Okay, I believe it.
But dude, that's got to be one of the craziest storylines going into Evo. Can Daigo continue this top 8 streak? I mean, he's finished 7th, right? But he's made top 8 every single time. So yeah.
Book won Tekken Tag Tournament 2 with Heihachi Jin and Lars Jin. AK with Lars Lay and Bruce Bob, 2nd place. KGB Plus with Xiaoyu JC, Ogre Christie, and Xiaoyu Martial Law got 3rd.
Oh, there wasn't a Marvel tournament there. Okay.
There was also a Marvel tournament.
Oh, Eita won.
It was won by Eita. You might know him more for Akuma in SF4, but he won with Doom Nova Virgil or Nova Doom Virgil. Doom on point. Interesting. Okay. IPT Garrett got 2nd place with Spider-Man, Rocket, Doctor Strange.
That's awesome. Oh, is that... That's the guy who was from the Philippines, I think, who showed up to the run back a couple of times, wasn't it? Is that him?
The team sounds familiar.
Because the Garrett part is, I think that's him. Please, people on stream, verify for me, because obviously I've been known to get all my names and people mixed up and stuff like that, but that sounds like it's him. Because that guy was awesome, I remember watching, so... But yeah.
It is. Somebody says yes.
Yes. Yeah, it is. It's him. It's him. The guy. Yeah. He played champ in the Philippines. Yeah, so I guess he made it out to Southeast Majors.
That's super
Got
cool.
2nd place. That is awesome, dude. Shout outs to him.
Kazunoko got 3rd place with Wolvie Doom Virgil. That makes total sense to me.
Yeah.
Shen got 4th place with more Doom Virgil and Magneto Doom Morgan.
Bon-Chan played this game.
Didn't know that either, but he got 5th place with Magneto Doom Virgil. Trix got 5th with Nova Dorm Strange and Viper Doom Virgil. Get the Fruit, 7th place. Zero Doom Amy, and then DJEF DEO with Chris Hagar Taskmaster.
Cool.
KOF tournament was big thing, obviously there.
Yep.
Tokido won it.
Yeah, he's been winning all the tournaments recently. I mean, he won the Cafe ID tournament, didn't he?
Oh, I don't remember.
I can't remember. I'll look that up.
That sounds right. But
go through the names, yeah.
Shen got 2nd place with Exiori, XKO, and Mr. Karate. Then Jackson 3rd place with Karate, Chin, and Kim. Exio with Duolon Yori Kim, Karate Yori Kim. Eddie got 5th. Gamble Boxer got 5th also. Exiori, Karate Kim, and Exio, Exiori, and Kim.
Yeah, sure enough. Tokido won that tournament as well. So Tokido
The Cafe ID tournament?
Yeah, the Cafe ID tournament, which
Looking
KOF
good.
was their main event. So Tokido is looking really strong there. Yeah.
He is looking good.
Okay. So
Sweet.
I wonder if he'll be, obviously, again, a favorite here coming up at EVO because KOF is back. And I'm sure KOF top 8 at EVO is going to be just as hype
Always.
as it has been the last 2 years. It's always been like one of the best top 8s.
He also won Northwest Majors. Tokido.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So,
nice.
he's a big threat in that and SF4, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, he's a threat in anything he touches, man. That guy's ridiculous.
For sure.
That guy, I mean, I still think he's probably top 1 or 2 most talented fighting game players of all time. Like,
Hard to
all
argue that.
time.
Hard
like,
to argue
yeah,
against that.
Exactly.
Okay. I think that's it for those.
Okay.
Take
cool.
a break.
Yep. And then
Talk about, we got a couple of things left on the list. We'll talk about
things.
CEO, we'll talk about Steam sale, SGDQ, tier lists, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Be back in a bit.